What's going on, people, and welcome back to Totalozspurs. And we're here today to talk about something that just been released about an hour or two ago. Dele and his interview with Gary Neville and Delane. Before we get into it, as we always say, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button for all future notifications. And please, guys, share us around because if you're loving the content, I'm sure there's other people that will too. But before we get into the deep dive of Dele, Delane, how are you, my brother?
Yeah, good man, good. Another day, another night, another
Yeah,
video.
yeah, it's like that these days. It's all work and no play. Um, but yeah, so Dele Ali has come out and had a one-on-one conversation with Gary Neville on his platform. I think it's called the over. What's it
Overlap.
called? What's the channel? Overlap. Sorry, I knew it was. I was about to say overalls. Um, and it was taught. I think Dele Ali was kind of forced because of the rumors around him coming back from
Yeah,
Turkey to Everton, and the fact that Sean Dyche has come out and said that he wants Ali in his team this season. Um, he's revealed some really dark and deep secrets, and also shown some vulnerability that Ali never really showed at Tottenham. Um,
yeah,
First of all, you know, before we start this, guys, mental health is a real thing. My
hundred
partner
percent.
is a support worker. She deals with mental health every day. It is taxing for her, and she's not the one going through it. So please, if you're watching this and you are struggling, feel free to reach out to us here at Total Hotspurs. We are, first and foremost here to help anyone that needs any help. And if you just want to chat or banter to make your day a bit happier, a bit brighter, please don't hesitate. Reach us on our emails or on our socials. Um, but D, first initial thoughts on what Ali had to say. We can deep dive into it after. But how did you feel it went, and how did you feel that Dele Ali came across?
Yeah, look, I thought it was. I think you had to, release some of those demons in him because I think, if he kept going the way he wasn't gonna he wasn't gonna last. You heard what you were saying. I'm not gonna dive into it, but the words he was saying, the things he was saying, is just like, yeah, he was unleashing some real dark secrets in that interview. And look, I felt sorry for the guy. You know, I felt real. I was even about to tear up because I'm dealing with mental health myself. I'm dealing with I'm seeing social what do you call it, sociologists. That's what you call them. I'm seeing one of them at the moment. So look, it is a big thing, man. Mental health can really ruin ya. He can ruin the best of ya. So I mean, for him to really come out and speak about it and what he's gone through, look, he deserves every respect and love. This guy, because what he's done for Tottenham, you cannot say he's basically one of the best. Well, not the greatest, but he's one of the best young up and coming players to come through the system. So I mean, yeah, all love and respect for Dali Alia for really coming out to Gary Neville and sharing that information. You know, and really
Yeah,
seeking for help as well.
yeah, and look, I know that you're on that journey yourself.
Mm,
I'm proud of you for that, and I'm proud of Ali for doing what he did. I do think it wasn't forced, but it was something that he had to do earlier than he wanted to. You could see that he was struggling. I'm not going to go into detail of the stuff he went through, especially as a kid. It can bring back stuff for different kinds of people. But I
yeah,
will say the stuff that he experienced before he was adopted, age 12, it's stuff that you only see in movies.
yeah,
The stuff he had to go through as a child, and the openness he had about his own demons and his own problems that he had, and the bad stuff that he did. I big up to him. Not many of us can say that we've had the childhood that he had, and
no,
big ups to his adoptive family that actually got him out of that and gave him the love and care that he deserved. Because no kid deserves to do or go through what he had. Um,
yeah,
and
never.
it's I'm going to say it. He was articulate. He sounded so intelligent compared to a guy that everyone thinks he. The perception that I had when he was at Tottenham was he was just a young blood, hot headed. But he sounds so intelligent. I know he's a bit older now. He's 27, I think. And, you know, but the way he portrayed himself and the way he conveyed how he felt, I mean, big ups to him, man. He's more of a man than any man can be, really. And that's the problem that we have in society today is you know, mental health is a big thing. It is being highlighted a lot more. Um, However, it is still hard for men to speak out. And, you know, like I say, big ups to you for actually admitting that, you know, you have those demons yourself. You have those problems. And, you know, I know that you've been getting help. And I'm glad that you feel safe enough to be able to put that out there to people. So, like I said again, guys, if any of you are going through it, feel free to have a chat to us, especially Delaney. He might be able to help you with what's helping him. But yeah, and what I liked as well is you know, after his demons, he spoke about how football saved him pretty much. Football saved his life. The new family saved his life, and then what really got me, and it hurts to say it, but the way Poch handled him, how Poch understood and listened to him, treated him as a person, not as a player. You know, the likes of Conte and Mourinho would have treated him like a player. He even spoke about Mourinho and how Mourinho called him lazy on the actual Amazon All or Nothing. And then the next day when I'm really sorry, I shouldn't have said that when the cameras were there. I shouldn't have portrayed you as that kind of player. And that's the thing. Gary Neville kind of went, hang on. When you were at England, you were one of the hardest workers there.
Yeah,
you were running,
he was saying box to box.
You know, so it goes to show that he was fighting his demons, and he did so well to go to the rise that he had, the meteoric rise that he went from MK Dons to Tottenham to England, banging that 30-yard goal against Lloris when England beat him 2-1 on one of his, you know, first few games, and he just smashed it. And he was the golden boy of England for a good 24 months, 2 years. And the fact that it all came crashing down for him, and you know, it makes me hurt because I didn't show hate towards him, but I'll get rid of him. You know, he's lost the plot, but you don't know what someone's going through until you actually walk through their own shoes. And I am so glad that he went and got rehab. If you don't know, he did get rehab, and he did point out that the likes of Dyer and Harry were the two ones that were pretty much his big brothers. Would pull him aside, would tell him how it is, be honest with him, don't feed into his the star, like you know, the celebrity thing that everyone gets to where they put them on a pedestal. And what I will say is I feel like we missed a beat with Ali, because I feel like Ange is the same as Poch. I feel like Ange is the type of guy that will come in and go, mate, if you're okay, then we can do this. If you're not okay, mate, it's fine. I'm going to treat you as a person, not as a player. And part of me wants him to come back now. I don't think he should. I think he should go and move on and kickstart his career somewhere else. I feel like that's what he deserves. But hearing that wants me to bring him back, wants me to put him in our team and go, boys, take care of him, because you know, he brought us some fantastic years before his decline. He was unplayable at times, and if he was in this team and playing the way he was when he first came, fucking hell, we would be an exciting team.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're right. I think part of me wants to bring him back. Just have that. Have the likes of Sonny, Harry, obviously Hugo's gonna be leaving, but just have those boys circling around them. Always talking to them. Just be there for him. I kind of want that back. I kind of want that. Just to make sure he's all right. But part of me saying, nah, look, he needs to go to maybe stay the likes of Everton, Sean Dyche, and just kick on his career there. I think, to be honest, I'm kind of jealous of Everton, because if Dele Alli comes back the way he was playing for us, they got a baller on their hands, and he's already come out and said that passion that when he came to Tottenham is back. They weren't there or in trouble, because he's going to come out and shine. And I'm telling you right now, England, if Southgate's watching, you better watch carefully, because Dele Alli is going to come in that England squad now, and he's going to shine. I'm telling you, they got a baller now. If Dele Alli comes back to his original self, they got a baller.
No. Southgate won't, because what Southgate will do is Dele Alli will have a baller. Dele Alli and Maddison will have the best season of their life this year, and he'll still take me out.
Oh, 100%,
No,
100%.
no, but you're right. I do think he. I don't think he'll be back as quick as we think. But I think if he's mentally, if he said, look, I know I wasn't right. I knew I wasn't right, but now I am. Now I've got the fire in my belly again. He and the maturity that he's got now. Um, and he would have owned his skills. He would have owned his ability. I think he's going to have a good season, and I hope he does. I hope Everton get
I
the
hope he does.
player. I hope Everton get half the player because Dele at half capacity is better than some of our midfielders at full capacity. Let's be honest. And what I loved about Ali was his second striker role, where he used to drift past Kane and get into that box. And he has the most unorthodox look of how he hits a ball and how he runs, and he looks lanky. But some of the shit he did, that goal against Crystal Palace, oh my days. Even at Everton, where he chested it, was it Everton where he chested it and then he volleyed it straight after when he got that through ball from Alderweireld?
Yeah, or the one from the Lloris to Kane. Kane chipped over, and it was against Arsenal, and he just lobbed it over the check. That was a that one. You did not see that. That you cannot seriously write that because that is talent. Like to do that, like that's just absolute talent. And I'm telling you, Everton have got a baller on their hands.
Well, I hope every Spurs fan gives Dele Alli the love that he deserves because as a person, not as a player, not as an ex-Spurs player, but as a player itself of the beautiful game that we all love. I hope every fan, not just Tottenham fans, give him the love that he deserves and the backing he deserves. And I hope Everton get the player that he gets. And before we move on from the Ali interview, I want to big up Gary Neville and the overlap because what they did was give him the platform to come out and face his demons in public. But they also, like Gary Neville gave him the time to talk and articulate himself. And he asked the right questions and he even shed a tear for him, which I think Ali would have, I myself at that moment felt myself choking up. Even thinking about it now, I feel like I'm choking up a little bit because, that point, as a man to sit there with another man and speak about the stuff, it is hard. It's getting better. Men are getting better at doing it. But as a professional footballer, the pinnacle of men in England, let's be honest, the sports stars are the football stars. They're not the athletes like America where you got the NFL and that. It's all the basketballers. It's the footballers. And it must have been hard. But big ups to Gary Neville and Overlap for doing what they did. Feel like it was a perfect setting and the way they did it was perfect. And I'm going to say it now. I've watched a couple of before we did this video, but I watched a couple of streams of different Tottenham creators talking about it, and some of the comments of people saying he did this to boost himself because he's coming back to England. I'm going to say it. Go fuck yourself. The guy's gone through hell and back, and he's openly speaking about it. We need to champion these guys and push them to be more open and encourage and help. We don't need to bring these guys down. They already did that themselves. As you know yourself, the mental health isn't a thing that we should laugh about anymore. It affects everyone at different stages of their life.
Exactly, and people like that don't deserve any. People who start criticizing people such as Ali, for telling how he feels, going back on his past and all that, and people coming out and say, "Oh, he's only doing this and that." Yeah, seriously, go fuck yourself. Seriously, you wouldn't be able to do what he can do. You wouldn't be able to speak about your past or whatever because you're too afraid. He actually come out and told him on live, it's all over media. Come out and told the whole world what he's been dealing with, and now he's starting to fix it. He's gone to rehab, fixed his demons, got himself around a bunch of good people, and actually doing something about it. Where other people, they'll just deal with it and deal with it and deal with it till they break, and they'll get to the breaking point where they just crash, and then they're stuck there and they won't be able to get themselves out. So people do not, and I'm being serious, do not come out and say, "Oh, like you're still this, you're still that." You don't know what they're going through until you live in their shoes. You don't. It's really fucked up to people the way they, judge people, or maybe the way they're playing. Maybe they're playing that way because they got a lot of shit in their back of their mind that they're trying to fix themselves. So I mean, yeah, it really affects a lot of people who start saying calling people like crazy or he's lazy or this. It really affects your mental health really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, agree with everything that you said, bro. I think, you know, I myself have experienced it. Everyone has. It's
Yeah.
just men don't tend to talk about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, we will move on. Move on to Spurs. There's not really much to talk about. Try and get into a bit of a lighter tone for the end of the video. But I'm hearing rumors that Mickey van der Ven is completing his medical within the next 24 to 48 hours. Um, D, I know your opinion on it. I'm quite happy. I feel like we need him in. I am hearing that Tap Sober could be the set. Like we are going to go for Tap Sober, but it might be later in the window once we shift off the likes of Sanchez. I think Tanganga's going. I don't know about Davies. I think it's more about getting the people that want to leave, like Lasalso, out the door first, and then trying to push the others that Ange doesn't want. But Van der Ven, you reckon this is going to happen in the next couple of days, or do you think it's just rumors?
Look, it's really hard to know. I think we gotta really wait till. I'm hoping we do get him before. Well, we only got what to couple of days until they fly out to Australia, or is it next week they fly out?
I think Tuesday's the game next
Yeah,
Tuesday. So I'm pretty
so
sure they'll fly out this Saturday or something. They'll come out.
yeah.
So I mean, if they want to swing by Sydney and stop in, by all means, I'd love to meet the players. But yeah, I think it's
No, but
on the weekend, 4 days before the
yeah,
game. I think it's Saturday or
yeah,
something.
yeah. So I mean, look, they got if they really if we want to get this deal done, they have to get it done now before we leave to go before they leave to go to Australia or to go to Perth. Sorry. So I mean, I'm hoping they get us done. I think it's a defender we need. You know, it's a left side defender. He brings a lot of speed, a lot of aggression. He's really quick. So look, as I said in the previous years, but yeah, it's the defenders now have to be sold before the season starts, or else we're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Van der Ven. I'm excited to have a new defender in the team, and we haven't bought a proper defender like apart from Romero since we bought Toby and Jan. I mean, a
Yeah,
solid first team choice. He is a bit younger, so I do think he'll probably rotate a bit more if we do get Tap sober. But I'm excited. He's quick. He's tall. Looks like he's going to be a great defender, and it looks like he could be in our defence for the next 4 or 5 years if
yeah,
we push on as a club and be able to have the pool to keep him here. I think it's dragging on for me though. I think like this deal should have been done last week. Tap sober should have been done this week. We should have had both of them in.
yeah,
Regardless if Sanchez and that haven't gone, we have the money there. You can't tell me that we don't have the money. We would have found the money somewhere.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's good for us Tottenham fans. But what's not good, and it's the club's fault, is making a documentary about a guy that's done nothing for us. Look, guys, I like Eric Dyer as a person, as a player. He needs to go. He is a great role model. He has great morals, values, always great in the community, always great with the fans, the love he showed towards his own family, with their own fans. You know, for me, top-notch guy. Dele speaking high of him as well as his big brother. You can't fault Eric Dyer as a man, but as a player, my God, why are we making a documentary? And we haven't watched it, and we will watch it and get a reaction on it. But giving him a documentary when all the fans are calling to get him out the door. What is this club doing?
I don't know, man. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know why they would even think about making a documentary about Eric Dyer. If they had to make a documentary, why don't they do it about Hugo? You know, he's been a long servant for us, or even Kane. You know, Kane do even either
Or
of those
son?
two, or Son. You know, I think Son's story will be a lot better. Like how he has his Korean, how he started out, all that. But about Eric Dyer, like, come on, he could have done something bit better than that. Like, it just made no sense to me at
Well,
all.
this to me it just says that spells out that he's not leaving. To me, this spells out
Yeah,
that they don't want him to go, or that they're just going to let him run down his contract. And look, I've openly said, actually, I'll say it now. Probably haven't openly said on this channel yet. I've said it on other channels. I wouldn't mind him staying to run out his contract instead of Langley if we get Tapsoba and Van der Ven in. I don't mind if it's Romero, Van der Ven, Tapsoba, and Dyer as our forward centre backs, and Dyer as the last centre back that we put on the pitch. And then you have the likes of Dorrington sitting up behind him as the fifth backup. But if we don't get Tapsoba, because we're looking like we're getting Mickey Van der Ven, Dyer can't be the third choice. He can't be the backup to Romero and Tapsoba, Van der Ven. We have to get someone else in. And this to me, this documentary means they're going to keep him. And he's probably going to play a couple of good games, and then he's going to get a contract renewal, and then we're going to be stuck with Eric Dyer. And like I said, it's not about the person. We got to stop being sentimental as a club. We hold on to players way too long. Sessegnong's been here for 5 years, guys. 5 years. Davies has been here for 10, 56 games, apparently. In 5 years. I know he had a loan out to... Oh, mate. He's injury prone. The guy, you know why? The guy holds back. But, I think it's just disgraceful that they've done this, especially with the price hike as well. So they hike the prices up, and then they chuck out an Eric Dyer documentary when they know the fan base isn't a fan of him. I'm quite confused at the moment how the Tottenham hierarchy are actually looking at what's best for the club. They've also announced the F1 again. I don't know. It's tough being a Tottenham fan at the moment, because I feel like here's Maddison. Here's Maddison. Everyone's, oh, fuck yeah, we got Maddison. And it's like, oh yeah, we're just going to slowly put this little shit out that's going to fuck you over underneath. So here's Maddison. Look over here. Oh yeah, price hike. Oh yeah, Eric Dyer contract. Oh yeah, F1. It's like, what about the team?
I don't understand it, man. What they're doing or what they're actually thinking. It just makes no sense at all. But for me, am I gonna watch it? I probably will. But then, am I interested in it? Probably not, because I just don't. I just don't like the actual. I like the man himself, but I just don't like the actual player of Dyer.
Yeah, I think that's everyone can say that.
That's my problem. I don't like the player. Man, yeah, look, he's I think he did. I can't say he did the right thing, but I think he did it for himself. Like, he actually jumped in the crowd, and I think he punched someone to protect his brother. I think it was.
No, I don't think he punched someone. I think he just kind of got in their face, and
I think it was.
As a man, can't doubt him, but as a player, we need better. Yeah, no. That's just how I put it out.
100%.
But we are going to wrap it up, guys. Before we go, like always, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We've been skyrocketing lately. It doesn't sound like we have, because obviously we're not one of the bigger channels. But if you're in Australia, guys, as a fan, please like and subscribe to us. Help us out a lot. Share it around to all your friends. Talking on the first game, preseason game, I got the date wrong. It's actually the 15th of July, not the 14th. Sorry, the 18th of July. They play on the Tuesday, so it's next week. I think that's the 18th, didn't I? Before. Yeah. Anyway, it's 18th of July. We will be doing a live watch along for that, guys. It will be the first one of the 2023-2024 season. Obviously, it's preseason, but Brad, myself, and Dele will be there. So make sure you are live for that. We will set up the schedule for that this weekend. And D, anything else you want to add before we head off, bro?
Just a quick one. I think there's a rumor that Sanchez might be going to Russia.
To Russia? I didn't even know we can deal with Russia, considering all this stuff going on.
There was something that came out, I think today today. They're saying Sanchez, it's a $15 million bid they put in, but it's up to Sanchez where he wants to go. So that's a little quick update, guys. Sanchez might be leaving.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Anyways, guys, take it easy, stay safe, and as always, stay Spursy.
Stay Spursy, guys.